morning. Welcome, all of you in the room and the thousands online, to the Downtown Development Authority and Monroe North Tax Increment Finance Authority informational meeting. It's December 2023. So most of this presentation will be focused on things that have been accomplished and what's ahead. But before we do that, I wanted to do a quick level set in terms of where we are today. So jumping right in, quick reminder, we currently in downtown have a little over 2,400 hotel rooms, a little over 10 million square feet of office space, and approximately 6,800 residents. Over this summer, we had over 6 million visitors to downtown, which is about 98% of where we were in 2019. And when you compare us to the past few years, we're clearly doing better, and this number from 2023 actually does not include December numbers yet, which we'll update those by the end of the year. But you can see we continue to have great recovery in terms of visitor traffic to downtown. And many of those visitors are staying overnight. Our hotel occupancy is currently at 59%, and when you consider that we've added over 1,000 rooms since 2019, we have more people in downtown staying overnight. Even in one of the hardest categories to bring back from pre-pandemic levels, the employees, we have over 42,000 people in downtown every day, workers in downtown. And you see here how that compares to previous years. Again, trending up and still climbing closer to 2019. And when you put all of that together, you see that downtown Grand Rapids ranks top 5 in the country in terms of resident, worker, and visitors back into downtown. And we think those numbers will continue to improve when we look at what's ahead for the coming year. Because for starters, our Grand River waterfront is beginning the transformation we have all talked about for the past decade. Currently, the Grand Rapids Public Museum is under construction, improving their public space and riverfront access. In addition, Lion Square, just across the river, is also under construction, bringing that project that has been in the works for over 10 years to downtown. And both of those projects will be closely followed by the 12,000-person Acrisure Amphitheater at 201 Market that will be under construction next spring and host its first concert in 2026. Amazing. And all of those and the many other soon-to-be under construction projects will eventually be connected by a 30-mile Grand River Greenway that will run through downtown and connect eastern Kent County to Ottawa County and the Lakeshore and Grand Haven. And eventually, someday soon, these spaces will look out onto a revitalized Grand River as the dams are removed. Most importantly, though, all this work is following the recommendations of the River Equity Framework Plan, which for the first time established a common understanding for how the Grand River Corridor redevelopment can benefit everyone in our community. It also affirmed our commitment to continuing work with our local tribes, including the Grand River Band of Ottawa Indians, to ensure that the people who were in Grand Rapids first are involved in the history and growth of this community going forward. All that work on the river and riverfront, we believe, will only accelerate the demand for living in the downtown neighborhood. Today we have around 6,800 residents in downtown, a growing downtown neighbor network, and we believe that based on what's in planning, we will reach our goal of 10,000 residents within the next 5 years. And if you add in the exciting developments in the near and adjacent neighborhood, that number grows by the thousands, including with projects like River North, Factory Yards, and the planning that GVSU has on their downtown campus. With that growth, including in nearby neighborhoods, how people get to and around downtown remains a focus for us and our partners. This year, we continued our commitment to improving the pedestrian experience and putting people first in our mobility strategy in projects like our wayfinding update, our continued dash enhancements in partnership with Mobile GR, and the Jefferson Avenue reconstruction we are undertaking in partnership with St. Mary's. Importantly, we also continue to work with disability advocates of Kent County to make sure our streets and our activities are accessible to people of all abilities. And within that mobility context, just a reminder, There are over 49,000 parking spaces in downtown and 3,800 more in planning or development. It's a lot of parking. From the jobs and economic perspective, despite some obvious challenges, downtown remains the most densely populated employment center in the region. That is thanks in part to the medical mile and the thousands of service worker jobs, but it is also the result of recent decisions by corporations to choose downtown and Grand Rapids over competitors. We have all been the beneficiary in seeing the tremendous impact of Acrisure since they moved downtown in 2021. And they will be joined later next year by Corewell, who is opening their Center for Transformation and Innovation in Monroe North, which will have space to accommodate 1,800 new employees from 26 different locations into one facility. This will further add to the employee activity in downtown. And as those workers come back, they have a number of new businesses and restaurants to explore. 14 new storefronts have opened in 2023 and 10 more planned. 14% of those are minority-owned businesses and 21% are female-owned. Finally, we are continuing to evaluate public space management to respond to evolving community needs. For starters, we remain committed to helping maintain safe streets and parks, which is why we will continue to fund the Downtown Ambassador Program. Beyond that, we also continue to make investments to improve our parks and public spaces, including with projects like the Veterans Park renovation building that is now home to Has Heart. And early in next year in the spring, we will be hoping to break ground on the Van Andel Arena Alley, connecting the Van Andel Arena Plaza into Studio Park Piazza. Additionally, we will plant 300 more trees, finally achieving our 10% canopy goal. Shout out Melvin. And before that, we will host another World of Winter event. And of course, we look forward to another successful art prize next fall. So as you can see, there's a lot to be excited about for downtown Grand Rapids currently and in the years ahead. Thank you for coming to this information meeting. Goodbye.